How you doing, guys? This is obviously something I did not plan on shooting. This is the current state of my vehicle, and I'll go in for a close-up in a moment. The whole point with this video, if it can help one person, this is 100% avoidable. This is all on me. This should have never have happened, and I'll explain precisely what happened. Again, if you can learn from this, this is going to cost a lot of money. A lot of money. It's been a long morning. Let me bring you in for a close-up. Look at this mess. Oh, what a disaster. This is crazy. Okay, so what's going on here? Just yesterday, I did a film on how to replace a leaking axle seal. It's not uploaded yet. It's not even 100% done. My plan was to finish it today. So if you're not sure what that is, right here is the axle, and there's a seal. There's an oil seal, so that the transmission fluid, in this case, does not leak out of where the axle meets the transmission. So I replaced the seal yesterday, putting everything back together, and at this point it's late. It's roughly 10:15, all the parts stores are closed. This is your lower control arm. And at this location, this is where the lower ball joint lives, which is right here. Okay? Now the trouble I had yesterday, last night, the ball joint would not go back into the control arm. Only halfway. That's it. Now what happened really with the ball joint is it's stripped out. Okay, you have the stud and you have a fastener, a castle nut, and they were just stripped. Couldn't reuse them. I can't go to the parts store. It's closed, and I need this vehicle in the morning. Now, I only needed it for half a mile, if that. A third to half a mile. That's it. And I figured it will hold. I'll be fine. What could happen? I'll be perfectly fine, no problem. Just a half a mile. I'll come back here 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll be ready to rock and roll and knock it out. And do another video on how to replace a lower ball joint. Fantastic. Well, obviously that didn't work out, because when I was driving, which didn't last long, maybe it was a tenth of a mile, the nut that was holding on the ball joint gave out. The lower control arm, within a half a second, the lower control arm slammed down. It broke the axle. I'm sure I bent something here. And to add to that, I did not even have my cell phone. I mean, it just keeps adding and adding up the amount of just stupidity on my part. But wait, there's more. When everything happened really fast, within half a second, everything collapsed and the wheel turned 90 degrees. So the car skidded and skidded to a stop. And what happens is, when everything collapses, obviously, the fender struck the tire. The tire did not pop. Couldn't believe it, but look at the fender. I mean, just completely, now all dented up, chipping paint. I have this little mark here now, and now this doesn't line up. I mean, I know this is a 16-year-old car, but it's my car. You know, this is my everyday vehicle. I try to take really good care of my vehicles, and now I have this body damage. I mean, this is so stupid of me. I mean, I'm too old for this. I want a nice car at this point in my life. I've had so many junkers. And to be honest, I'm probably going to fix this and just sell it. I mean, this is just really frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Two more things real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. How much do you think this costs to tow? Less than 1 mile. Okay, that's this again. I'm an idiot. I should have tow service. I never need my vehicles to be towed, because I'm always on top of them. But my wife has it because she drives a decent amount. The S2000, the insurance policy includes it. I never got it on this, to be quite honest. I thought about it, just never did it. To tow this car for 1/3 of 1 mile, $228 just to get it here. $125 for the tow, then they charge you for some kind of hookup, I don't know, whatever it was, $228, I'm out the door. So right off the bat, I'm out $228 because I rushed this yesterday. I couldn't finish the job. Plus all the damages, plus I got body damage and chipping paint and everything else. So the point here really I'm trying to get at, make sure when you attempt the job, and I always do this, it's just I got slammed yesterday. I ran out of time. Make sure you complete the job, because this is the end result. This is going to cost me it's just more of my time. It's not so much the money, it's the time. And the older you get and you have family, it's just, you have no time. So it's the time now I have to invest getting this car up and running. Number 2, get roadside service. Number 3, if I did this over the weekend, then I would not have to rush the job, right? So in other words, meaning my wife would be home and I have access to her car. So if I waited one more day, today's not Friday, if I started this really today, I would have been fine because I could have left everything the way it was in the garage overnight and then continue the next day. So think about these things before you do them. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I probably will film doing the repair if you want to watch along. And the other thing that's really interesting, very quickly, which is almost like deja vu, this vehicle had the same damage 3 years ago. And if you're new here, what happened was when I got this vehicle because a friend of mine hydroplaned the vehicle into a curb. And when that happened, it cracked the subframe. His mechanic wanted like $7 grand to fix it, and he donated the vehicle to me. That damage happened on the other side, the passenger side. I mean, it's just, some things, I swear, it's preordained, you can't control it, and all right, I took enough of your time, so as always, thank you so much for watching.